Welcome back to Real Talk NOLA here at Chalmette Movies. And up next is our very lengthy review of Piranha 3 Double D.
Skip it.
And with that, we're on to Snow White and the Huntsman. Carl?
Snow White and the Huntsman. A very slow movie. Actually, do you want to go into your little three-part thing?
Yes. Let's do the three-act synopsis here of the movies that it stole from.
The reason we're doing this first is because I actually have some redeemingness about it.
There's redemption for you? Okay. Really? This is
Go,
Darth Vader
go,
for you? Okay.
Go.
Okay, so starting off, we have the Snow White character who is played by, here, help me out, I can never remember her name. I blocked it.
Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart of Twilight fame.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting up air quotes for y'all.
Yeah.
Famous pause actress, you know. But, all right, so here's my synopsis for it. Act 1, you have the setup, and it's Snow White and the Deathly Hallows, just blatant rip-offs of some of the things that we've seen in Harry Potter, the imagery, you know, get the scenes in the Lost Woods where she's getting attacked by, like, all these demonic forces.
Right.
Snow White and the Deathly Hallows.
Right.
Next set, straight out of Twilight. Act 2 is straight out of Twilight. You have two heartthrobs who are interested in Kristen Stewart, who are following her around, attempting to save her in their own way. Yeah. Final act, Lord of the Rings. Snow White and the Lord of the Rings. Just charge on the castle, face down the queen, and that's it. This movie, the villains were so two-dimensional, I couldn't even... I mean, there's nothing that Charlize Theron could have done. She's just the queen.
Yeah.
Her brother...
You know what she was? She was chewing scenery.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
There's a line in the movie. We don't have it from the trailer or anything, and we don't have access to movies like other people do. But there's where she tells Chris Hemsworth, "You will do what I say, or I will kill you." It's like she turns to him and is like what is this, summer camp acting? Like summer camp program acting. It was just, it's not up to her normal part. It was almost like, I don't know if it was the director, because it was his first time directing, or if it was like her just like, you know what, I got Prometheus coming out in 2 weeks. I don't really need to work that hard for this.
This is very, very off the cuff stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's like, and I'm gonna go ahead and just attribute some of it to crew, but I mean, some of it probably just the acting. Because a good director can save you. A good director is like a good quarterback.
But
he can carry a bad team. He can carry. However, we ain't talking Brett Favre here. We're talking, you know, Eli Manning's first season. That's what we're talking here. So, however, with that, a lot of pauses. The acting's not good. And like, talk about two-dimensional villains. We have the brother paired up with the queen, and his name is just the brother. Chris Hemsworth, just the Huntsman. They don't even go into the fact that it's Prince William in this, who like that's the only person who gets a name besides Snow. Like, I mean, they mention the queen's name as a mythos, but that's
it. Let me segue into that. They do name all the dwarves.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Every dwarf has a name, and they're called their name. I mean, not the Snow White Disney Happy Sleepy Dopey, like the actual names they have. And now the dwarves, I didn't really get to see that well in the trailer, but the dwarves were like the saving grace for me. Once they showed up, because they're all played by actually good British actors.
Yeah, like Nick Frost and stuff.
Nick Frost, who's more of a king, but you got Ian McShane, Toby Jones.
I will tell you what.
Look, I got a list here.
It was better than Mirror.
Wait, I got a list. You got Bob Hoskins, Ian McShane, Toby Jones, Ray Winstone, Eddie Marsan. All great British actors who were playing the dwarves.
All right, tell you what. I will let you defend this movie if you could explain the giant white buck with like the tree for antlers.
I'm not gonna.
There you go.
The cinematography was.
Yeah, if you're scratching your head at home because you're like, what's he talking about? No, I didn't imagine this. This isn't some Freudian interpretation. Randomly, a giant buck with tree antlers.
It's supposed to represent like the fairies and
where was that? Where was that? Why did they look like they were from like signs? What was that? The sign fairies.
Anyway, the cinematography.
Where was that in Snow White? I must have fallen asleep during that in the original Snow White play.
The thing is, the cinematography reminded me of a movie I had seen recently, and I looked it up, and it did. It reminded me of the American take on Let Me In, which is the Swedish version of Let Me to Write In.
Yeah.
Greg Fraser. I thought the cinematography was actually done pretty well, because it's very cold and dark looking, and I felt it fit the film, but a director who's first-time director didn't really fit. And the thing is one of the producers, and the movie it's so slow. Am I right? Guess who one of the producers was? Sam Mercer, who's done produced a lot of M. Night Shyamalan movies, which are super slow. Yeah,
but you had we were all waiting on the twist. Here, there's no twist.
Right. Well, I know that. But I'm saying is he has helped produce a lot of M. Night movies, which are slow, and this movie was slow, and
the sign fairies are starting to make sense now.
Right, exactly. and the movie, like I said, is done by a first-time director, and sometimes first-time directors don't have as much control over the film.
Don't make excuses.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's like and they sometimes.
No one asked him to make this.
Wait, let me finish. And when the editors come in, sometimes directors don't get so control over the editing room. That's why the movie could have been cut shorter. I felt could have been cut a lot differently.
Yeah, we could have done without about 45 minutes.
Producers there was a lot of producers on it, but like producers like Sam Rich were probably in that editing room saying no, draw it out, because if he's done a lot of slow-paced movie, he probably won't.
Not only that, you take away the pauses, you get most of Miss Stewart's acting disappears.
Yeah,
just
like when the troll.
What was that about? Oh, it's a troll. That was
Did we really need that? Did we really need that troll?
Well, he probably was like, we need an action beat in here because nothing's happened. And it's like, oh, Chris Hemsworth fighting a troll.
Here's the thing about the movie. The Dark Forest is like that. I thought the Dark Forest part of the movie would have actually been a little longer.
Yeah, and they just introduced these rules like, oh, the Queen's like, my powers don't work there. It's like, why?
Yeah, let's explain that.
It's like, no, that's all you're getting. And then like the mirror on the wall is like this thing in her head.
Yeah.
Wait for TV. If you even have some interest in this, wait for TV. I mean, I would rather watch Mirror Mirror again. And then
so you gave it away for DVD, and now you're bumping it down to wait for TV?
Yeah.
Well, I gave it away for DVD, and I wrote down here.
All right, that was some nice Kristen Stewart acting right there. Thank you.
When do I get my hunk? You know, my two hunks chasing after me. Don't chase me. You know, like you said.
Yeah, no. Well, tell you what, I'll work on finding you a werewolf.
Okay. But no, I originally gave it away for DVD, and I was thinking about giving it the same, but after us arguing it out here, bumping it down to wait for television as well.
Glad I can convince you in the right direction. Welcome to the dark side. With that, be right back.